Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the free training series of Applications Manager. The first topic will be seeing on how to monitor a URL by the HTTP URL monitoring in Applications Manager, where we can monitor different parameters, the health and availability of an URL. The second topic will be seeing about the synthetic transaction monitoring, which is also called as a real browser monitor in Applications Manager, where we'll be using an agent and a recorder to simulate the behavior of the transactions. We'll also be seeing user experience in different parts of the world. The third topic will be saying about the web page analyzer. So this is mainly used to monitor the speed of a web page, and we'll also be able to break down the components of what is causing the problem. We will be giving you suggestions on how to improvise the page speed. Also, we'll be seeing about the brand reputation, which is like a security feature where we'll be able to track a website for any unwanted software, phishing, or any malicious activities. Coming to the last topic, which will be about the real user monitor, where we'll be monitoring the user level experience that captures each and every transaction by users of a website or a application. So not only this, we'll also be able to monitor which user is using which browser, which ISP. All the details, minute details, can be monitored in real user monitoring in Applications Manager. So going to the first topic, effectively monitoring website performance. So before getting into the topic, I have read one of the research paper which says that in the year 2018, four URLs were studied to check the parameters that affected the response code of the URL. So in this table, if you see the TTK URL, this through the 404 error code, which clearly knows that the server couldn't find the requested website, whereas the other URLs gave the status code as 200, which means that the request has been succeeded and the URLs were working perfectly fine. So this URL request was sent from the host to the web server, whereas the web server did not acknowledge the sent request sent for this 404 error code URL. And they found that the reason may be because of the response time, the connection time, DNS time, etc. So now let's get into the HTTP URL monitoring of Applications Manager. So in Applications Manager, we will be able to monitor constant check of a specified URL or a web page. We can also monitor the HTTP and HTTPS URLs in Applications Manager. We have a special feature in HTTP URL monitor in Applications Manager where you can do a content check. So if there is a specified content, if you wanted to monitor that, you can do that in your Applications Manager. So these are some of the parameters that we support in Applications Manager. So under response time, we support average response time and the current response time. We also monitor the response time split up, like the DNS time, connection time, first byte, and the last byte time. So DNS time, as we all know, it is the time taken to resolve the website's hostname to the IP. And in case if the DNS time is high, it means that hosting provider has some problem with the DNS server. Similarly, the connection time will help us in discovering if there is any network latency, any routing issue, server bandwidth, etc. Similarly, the first byte time and the last byte time. So this last byte time will represent if there is any layout of the web page, CSS, or the JavaScript. Now let me quickly go to the App Manager UI and show how we add a URL monitor into Applications Manager. So for that, the first step will be that you just have to go to New Monitor, select Add New Monitor, select HTTP URL Monitor, which is under Web Servers, and give the details in this page. So display name, I can give any name as I wish. Enter the URL address that I wish to monitor. So I'm just giving it as manageengine.com. and giving my display name as URL monitoring and giving my polling interval. Polling interval is nothing but the time at which the data collection take place. I have to give the timeout, and if there is any HTTP configurations, I can give these details. And 200 error if the response code is greater than 200. By default, it is 200. If you wanted to set up your own error code, response code, you can set it accordingly. And if I enable this checkbox, it means that if any error is detected, monitor will immediately be scheduled to run once again. Also, I can give all of these fields. And as I've explained in the previous slide, we have a content check option. So if I wanted an alert, if this particular content is present, then I can mention it accordingly. Similarly, if this particular content is not present, I can mention it accordingly and click on to add URL monitor. By doing this, automatically my HTTP URL monitor would get added into Applications Manager. So I have one of the URL monitor which I have added in my local build. So let me go to that. So in this URL monitor, I can see the availability, like what's the downtime and the uptime of that particular URL which I've added. I can see the average and the current response time. Also the response time split up by the DNS connection first byte and the last byte time. And not only these parameters, I can also monitor the page size of my URL. If there is any percentage of change in the page size, those information can also be monitored here. So whatever attributes I have shown here, for all these attributes, we will be able to set up a threshold profile and get notified if it violates the threshold profile. Also, we can fetch report for all of these attributes. So whatever attribute I wanted, I can select from this drop down and select what is the time period. I can fetch the report up to 1 year. I can also get a report on the custom time period by entering the start time and the end time. So this is one of the report. Similarly, we also have the hour of day report where we can check the complete hours in a day. Similarly, the day of week and the heat chart report. So let me quickly go to the next topic. Optimize user experience via synthetic transaction monitoring. So in this monitoring, we get more details beyond the URL monitoring. It would be an agent-based monitoring. We will be able to communicate with the website to capture the errors, network request, page load request, and other metrics of your web applications. Not only these transactions will be captured, also the screenshots of the transactions will be captured. The main advantage of this monitoring is the flexibility to monitor URLs from different parts of the globe by setting up agent in different branch offices. So this is how the architecture looks like. So let me explain how the setup will be done. You will be asked to install an EUM agent and a web transaction recorder in the locations that you wanted to monitor. So once this is installed, you will be asked to perform some transaction in your web transactions recorder. So once the transaction is done, you can enter a monitor name. For that, you can give any name as a monitor, enter the polling frequency. You can also do a test playback and see of whatever transactions you have performed. So all of these can be done and the monitor will be added successfully into Applications Manager. Once a monitor is added, you can view whatever transactions you have performed. So the supported browsers are Chrome, Firefox, and the Edge. Our product also allows to import own Selenium test case to show the run transaction and to monitor them. So this is how it looks like. Once you install a web transaction recorder, you can enter the hostname, port, and the API key of your Applications Manager install mission. Once you install this, the next page will look like this, where when you click on to record a new transaction, you can just start recording a new transaction and add the monitor. Similarly, open a recorded transaction where you can just click onto it and check the playback, or you can import a Selenium script. So once you record the transaction and after the monitor is added, this is how the page looks like. It will give you the series of steps that you have done along with the page load time. Also the screenshots, as I've already told, it will get captured along with the resource size in percentage and the resource count in percentage. So this is the waterfall model approach. So this will depict the series of action that is occurring between a user and a server until the web page is completely loaded. So you can see the series of steps along with the status code, what's the size and the content type. When you hover your mouse over anything, you will also be able to view the blocking time, domain lookup time, connection time, download time, etc. So this is about the real browser monitor in Applications Manager. So let's do a recap. So the need for synthetic transaction monitoring is that you can do a playback, and this playback script will include the screen recording, the keyboard. If you hover your mouse over anything, everything will get recorded in our playback script. Also, we can isolate region specific issue and we will be able to respond to the user complaints quickly. So let me quickly show how the installation, what are the steps that can be done and how the monitor is added and how the parameters are being monitored. So for that, the first step will be that you just have to click on to the EUM tab, scroll down, you will have step-by-step information on how to install the EUM agent and the web transaction recorder. So the first step, you have to download the EUM agent. When you click on to that hyperlink, this page will open where according to your build number of your applications manager, you can do the Windows or the Linux OS download. So once this is downloaded, you can go ahead and download the web transaction recorder. So once both of these are downloaded, let me show how it looks like. So I already have my EOM agent, which is downloaded by following the instructions. So once it is downloaded, I will be asked to give the credentials of my app manager login page. Once that is given, I can just go ahead, log into that and also see the web transaction recorder. So in this web transaction recorder, I can enter my app manager installed host name and the SSL port number, give the credentials of my app manager login page. So let me just give the credentials. So once the credentials is given, I can click on to real browser monitor, click on to record new and start my transaction recording. So I'm just going to manageengine.com website. So from this manageengine.com, I'm just clicking on to one of the Manage Engine product and just basically performing some transactions. So once these transactions are performed, I'll click on to preview and save. And after clicking on to preview and save, I will be asked to give a monitor name, the polling frequency, and if I wanted to do a test playback. So once after giving all those details, I can view the details like this in my monitor page of Applications Manager. So when I click on to the RBM monitor, I can see whatever agents I have set up. So one of the agent where I can see what's my page load time and the transaction time. When I click onto it, I can just scroll down where I'll see the page load time by steps. Also, I can see the screenshots that has been captured. So each and every transaction I performed, all those screenshots would be captured like this. And once it is captured, I can just hover my mouse here where I can see all the response times split up, like the startup time, what's my domain lookup time, connection time, network latency. All these information will be recorded. Just like the URL monitor, you can also go ahead, fetch a report or create your own threshold profile, get notified accordingly. So all these you can do it in Applications Manager. So it's not only about creating a report, you also have an option where you can schedule reports in Applications Manager accordingly. You can schedule it on hourly, monthly or basis and fetch a report on the same. So going to the next topic, It's about the web page analyzer and brand reputation. So in web page analyzer monitoring, we will be able to pinpoint the area where the speed drops, and we'll also be able to improve the performance of the website. We will also be able to nullify if any problems is caused due to web page defacement, which will impact search engine, page rank, and the traffic. And if any unauthorized alterations is made to the website, like the HTML code, then we will get an intimation on the same. So I have an example. I have already added a web page and captured a screenshot. So for that particular URL which I've added, the page speed score is 77, which is like a moderate score. So if I wanted to know why it has reduced to 77, I can clearly see it is because of this particular rule, defer passing of JavaScript, where the score has went down to 73. So when I click onto it, I can see the series of suggestions of what can be done to compress the speed. So I can see for example, the first step, if I do, I will be able to save 100.4 KB. So similarly, I can do it for the other steps where I will be able to save this much space. So let me quickly show how we add a web page analyzer into Applications Manager. So for adding a web page analyzer, I'll click on to New Monitor, select Add New Monitor, select Web Page Analyzer, which is under Web Servers. Give the details here. So display name, I can give any name as I wish. It's for my reference purpose. Enter the URL that I wanted to monitor. Give the page load time, the wait time, the credential details. And if I enter any domains, like for example, I don't want this domain to monitor. I don't want to monitor this domain. I can just click on give the domain that I don't want to monitor here. And if I wanted to do a certificate monitoring for this particular website, even that I can click on to this, give the details and do the monitoring. Click on to test credential. Once it is passed, I can go ahead and add the monitor successfully into Applications Manager. So once this monitor is added into Applications Manager, I will be able to view the details like this. So we already have one of the web page which is added in our demo site. So here in this overview tab, I can see the web page summary. So in this web page summary, I can see what is the web page URL that I've given to monitor, what's the page load time, how many requests is made, the page size, also the page score. If I just scroll down, I can see the response time summary, split up the DNS connection, first byte rendering time, just like the URL monitor and the real browser monitoring. If I just scroll down more, I can see all the domains along with their IP address, how many requests is made for this particular domain, their size, the average response time, and the average throughput. So all of these information can be seen. In case if I wanted to compare 2 or 3 domains together, I can also select those like whatever I wanted for comparison and click on to the select metric drop down where I have different attributes for which I can do the comparison. So for example, I'm just selecting the average response time where I'll get the comparison for average response time for those 3 domains. Similar way, I will be able to fetch this report in an hourly basis, monthly basis, or a yearly basis. However I wanted, I can fetch this report in for the same manner. So going to the next tab, it is about the network log. So in this tab, I will be able to see what are the resources, what is the status code for that resources, what's the size, the content type. Just like the real browser monitoring, when I just hover my arrow here, I can see what's the startup time, domain lookup time, connection time, etc. Clicking onto the resource details tab, I can see the request type, how many requests are made for this particular type, and what's the size. Also, the screenshots would be captured. It's going to be similar just like the real browser monitoring. Clicking on to the page speed insights, I can see what's the page speed score. And for example, this enable compression rule, the score has went to 58, which is a C grade, which is actually bad. So if I wanted to know what is causing the page speed score to go less, I can just click on to it, where I can see the series of steps which I will be able to save. So for example, if I compress this particular step, I will be able to save 628 KB, which is like 74% of reduction. So if I complete compressing all of these steps, I will be able to compress it up to 75% of reduction. So these are some of the suggestions that is provided by Applications Manager itself. So going to the next topic, it's about the brand reputation. So before getting into the brand reputation, I have read one of the research papers stating that this year on 12th of July, Romania and Greek police have arrested 8 members of an organized group. So their operation was deploying the phishing scams on the website, where common people like us believed that they were good from the legitimate websites. So not only this, they also infected common people devices with malware and captured their credit card details, bank account details, etc. So the result for this was about, because of this phishing activity, about $2.4 million scam was defrauded from the online shoppers. And because of this malware activity, the common people credit card details, bank account details were shared within the criminal network. So we can help in Applications Manager. We will be able to help on this. So how do we do that is that we have a monitoring called as brand reputation, which will check the website and notify if any of the web pages affected with any of the malicious activity. So let me quickly go to the App Manager UI and show how we do the brand reputation monitor. So I'm just going to the App Manager UI, clicking on to the new monitor, selecting add new monitor, selecting brand reputation, which is under the web servers, and giving the details here. Display name, I can just give any name as I wish. Enter the web page URL. So if I just enter, I'm just, for example, I'm just entering it as manageengine.com. I can click on to discover web page, so that all the web pages under this particular URL will get discovered. So once all the URLs is discovered, so let me just go do it from my local build. Just going to new monitor, add new monitor, selecting brand reputation, which is under web servers, giving a display name as brand repute, and entering the web page URL as manageengine.com. Clicking on to discover web pages, so that all the web pages under this particular URL will discover. So whatever web page I wanted to monitor, I would just select it from here. So once after selecting the web page that I wanted to monitor, I will click on to check connectivity. So this is a success message, which means the REST API is reachable. So once I get the success message, I can go ahead and add the monitor successfully into Applications Manager. So once this monitor is added, you will be able to view the information like this. So I'm just going to the monitor which I've added, where I can see the brand reputation count, what's the malware phishing, or if there is any unwanted software count. All the web page which I have added under that add monitor page, I can see if it is suspected as a malware phishing, deceptive, or an unwanted software. So all these information can be captured in brand reputation monitoring in Applications Manager. So going to the next topic, it's about the real user monitoring. So this real user monitor is a very new feature which has been introduced in Applications Manager. So before getting into the topic, there was a research analysis that in the year 2014, researchers has taken an user agent to study an RUM, and they were able to detect micro outages in comparison to the synthetic transaction monitoring. So how their research was done is that they were taking a sampling period for about 5 days from 22nd of October to 26th of October, and the data collection was taken hourly, and the sampling limit was set up to 5 million unique page views per day, and they found that the traffic was about 4.3 million views, which was about 100 percentage. They have interpreted that because of the overload of traffic, web page was facing some lag and some of the web pages were unreachable too, but they were unable to identify the exact area of the problem, like why this particular user is facing this particular issue. That minute details they were not able to identify. Finally, they found that using any monitoring tool, they will be easily able to drill down the issues faced by each user. They can also monitor the syntax and reference errors. They can track each and every web page used by the user. They will also be able to find if specific region is facing the problem. Also, browser and device type can be checked. So the main function of real user monitoring in applications manager is that we can capture, analyze the data during transactions of the user from an application. We'll also be able to help in checking the speed of the website, identifying and tracking the specific objectives. Real user monitoring is mainly used by the people maintaining a website, like the front end developers, project manager, technical leads, etc. So this is how the architecture of real user monitoring looks like. So first you will be having a script. This script you will be introducing, you will be injecting in the header or footer of a website. So once the script is injected in the header or footer of the website, when the user is loading a website, the RUM script.js request is sent to the RUM agent. Once this RUM agent receives a request, the RUM script.js response is sent back to the user. This RUM script.js is mainly used as a data collector. When I say data collector, it collects data like the IAX calls, resource loading calls, error occurred, etc. This data collected is sent back to the RUM agent, which is further sent to Applications Manager every minute as a single request. In Applications Manager, raw data will be inserted in RUM raw tables and the data collection will then be scheduled. So these are some of the parameters that we monitor in Applications Manager. So before going to the parameters, this is the script which I was talking in the before slide, where we'll be asked to uh, introduce the agent host and the agent port details in this particular script. So once after injecting the script and after doing the configuration, we will be able to monitor these parameters. So the first is the IAX calls. So IAX calls collects data asynchronously without interfering display and behavior of the existing pages. The JavaScript errors, we collect three type of errors under this, that is the syntax, reference and the type error. Syntax error is nothing but the coding or the programming error. Reference error occurs due to non-existing variables, and the type error is obviously because of the typing, the name itself suggests. Under resource, we collect the first party, third party, and the CDN resources. Under first party is nothing but the information directly collected from an user. The third party is the information collected when the seller and the buyer interacts. CDN connects the resources between the proxy server and the data center. You will also be able to monitor the user sessions, what are the web pages that has been navigated by the user, which device type they are using, what browser they are using to access that particular website, which internet service provider they use, and their geographic location. So all these minute details will be captured in real user monitoring in Applications Manager. So let me quickly show how the monitoring will be done by this real user monitoring. So the first step is that you will be installing an RUM agent. Once an RUM agent is installed, you'll be having this app server.properties file where you'll give your applications manager installed host, port, and the API key. So once these details are given, you will be having this script. You just have to inject this script in any static element of your header or footer of your website. So I'm just giving this particular script in this particular header column. So once this is given, you have to restart your RUM agent. Once the restart is done, you will be able to capture the metrics like this. So we already have one of the RUM which is added into applications manager. I'm going to that. So here under the summary tab, I can see the AppDeck score. AppDeck score is nothing but percentage of satisfied, frustrated, and tolerating users while they're accessing your application. You can see the response time, also how many page views, and if any error percentage of errors has occurred, what is the geographic location, also the response time split up, just like the real browser monitor and the URL monitor. You can see the page views and the throughput. Going to the next tab, geographic tab, you can see in a complete map view along with the location, what's your AppDeck score and the response time and the page view. Going to the next ISP tab. So by default, we do not show anything in the ISP tab, but if you have your own geographic internet service provider, you can configure it by yourself and get these details like what's the ISP, what's the response time, what's the count, and what's the throughput. Clicking onto the browser tab, I can see the response time by browser, also the browser usage split up, and I'll get a complete detail like what is the response time for each and every browser, what's the total count, how many counts, how much is the throughput, all these information can be viewed. Clicking onto the device type, I can see the response time by device, also the device usage split up. Scrolling down, I can see the viewport, the connection time, what network they're using, if it's a 4G, 3G, or 5G, or whatever it is, those details can be captured along with the device memory. Also, what are the devices they are using, along with the response time, total count, and the throughput. Clicking onto the web pages tab, I can see all the transactions performed by the user, their response count, how many times they're performing the transaction, their throughput, and the page size. If I want to know more information about each and every transactions performed by the user, I can just click onto it where I'll get complete information on it. So for this particular transaction, the AppDeck score is 1. The response time of this transaction is 946 millisecond, and there is one page view. The response time split up in that particular transaction, also the throughput. So all these information can be captured for each and every transactions that the user is performing. Clicking on to the user sessions, I can see what are the average pages navigated, what's the average viewing time, how many users are viewing it, and what are the total sessions. So if I just scroll down, I can see along with the user, which browser they're using, which device they're using, from which country they are, how many pages they have navigated, and their viewing time. So complete in-depth information is shown from this particular tab. Clicking onto the resources tab, I can see the first party, the third party, and the CDN resources. So under this IAX call, again, I can see all the transactions which is causing this, and also the response time, throughput, the resource size. Clicking onto the JavaScript errors, we can see what are the errors, how many pages, how many files, and how many users are facing this. If I just scroll down, if I click on to error, I can know what type of error it is. It's a type error. If I just click on to the type, I can see how much count of for that particular type error. Similarly, the file, which page they are facing this error, what browser that particular user is using. It's on Chrome error. I mean, it's on Chrome browser. Who are the affected users because of this, and what are their domains. So these details can be captured in real user monitoring in applications manager. So also in applications manager, as I've already told, you can fetch a report. You also have an option where you can create your own dashboards. So dashboards are extremely customizable in applications manager. So you can select whatever widget you wanted to show in the dashboard and create your own customized dashboard like this. You can also have a business view for the same, or however you wanted, you can customize this particular dashboard. So these are some of the topics that we have explained in today's session. So let's do a quick recap on whatever we have explained in today's session. So the first topic we saw on how to monitor a URL for better user experience. And the second topic we saw about the real browser monitoring, where we were able to monitor beyond the application view. The third topic we saw about the web page analyzer, which gave us more information on how the page speed gets affected. Also, we had seen about the brand reputation, where we can monitor if there is any malicious activity happening in a website. Coming to the last topic, we have seen about the real user monitoring, where we were able to fetch minute details on the problem that is occurring for each and every users. So let's come to, thank you.